I'm gonna be surviving the next 100 days in hardcore Minecraft as anxiety from Inside Out 2. Using my anxious power of future sight combined with the strength of all of Max's emotions, I'll overcome massive obstacles while transforming into bigger and stronger forms. Will I be able to stop the newest dark emotion hate from taking over Max, or will I be bottled away forever? It was time to find out as I spawned into headquarters with the rest of Max's emotions. It was day 1 and everyone had gathered around to help Max on his first day of school.
All right, everyone, let's make sure Max has the best first day ever.
Just as we were about to get to work, the control panel turned black. What the? Which emotion is that? The room trembled as a terrifying new emotion made himself known.
It's me, Hate! I'll show Max that he doesn't need any of you other useless emotions.
The tyrant unleashed a beam of pure hatred onto headquarters, tearing everything around us to pieces.
Where did he come from? We have to stop him.
All of us grouped together and tried to stop the intruder, but he was too powerful for us. In a single blow, Hate blasted open a hole through headquarters, sending all the emotions outside, scattering us across Max's mind.
Don't worry, I'll take great care of Max.
On day 2, I was falling from headquarters and soon landed at the bottom of the memory dump. Around me were piles of Max's discarded memories. Oh no, I need to get back to Max before Hate makes him do something terrible. Suddenly, the faded memory orbs in the ground began to glow, turn black, and spawn a mutated, terrifying creature of hate in front of me.
Must consume everything.
More rose up from the ground around me, and the monsters charged in with their weapons, slashing into me with their hate attacks. I tried to fight them off, but they were bigger and stronger than me. I can't beat those things! I gotta get out of here! I ran as fast as my legs could carry me as the minions continued to chase. As I was running, I noticed something interesting in the rubble, but I didn't have time to stop and look for long. Keep an eye out for many other awesome secrets hidden throughout the video. You don't want to miss them. Just then, I spotted a large pile of memory orbs, causing me to see a vision of the future. Whoa, I just got an idea. I hit the pile, causing it to become unstable and continued running. As the minions passed by it, the orbs collapsed down onto them, just as I had predicted. Since I'm anxiety, it seems like I have future sight. Cool. Suddenly, the ground trembled violently as a massive hatred monster bursted out of the pile of memory orbs. The minions had combined into something even worse. On day 3, I ran away from the empowered beast as fast as I could. Unfortunately, the monster was able to catch up and hit me with a spinning sword attack, cornering me inside of the memory dump. I'm sorry, Max. Looks like I'll be forgotten forever.
Get out of here, you oversized sludge ball!
Without warning, anger hopped out and used a fire attack to blast the beast away.
Don't just stand there! We have to combine our power for Max's sake!
I listened to my ally and joined hands with him, causing us to fuse into an anxiety-anger hybrid. I now had 5 more hearts and a new flaming sword of rage. The monster came after us once again, but armed with my new weapon, I was ready to take him on. I slashed into the beast with my sword and blasted him away with a fiery roar. Whoa, if this is what 2 emotions can do, imagine what all of us combined are capable of. Just then, I noticed my arm was beginning to fade away. I had been in the memory dump too long. We have to escape here before Max forgets us forever. On days 4 through 7, I began to search for a way out of the memory dump before Anger and I were forgotten. I scoured the area until I spotted the remains of Max's childhood toys. Among the pile was a giant toy cannon. That's it! We can use that! I climbed into the toy and launched myself out of the memory dump, propelling myself through the sky above. I crashed down into long-term memory and my arm was restored back to normal. I had escaped, but my journey had only just begun as I noticed that headquarters was turning gray in the distance. Oh no, hatred is already beginning to consume Max's mind. I wonder how he's holding up on his first day of school. Just then, the sound of the school halls boomed through the sky. I looked up and realized Max was on the move. Excuse me!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Out of my way! I hate this place, and everyone here. I looked ahead to realize that Friendship Island was turning gray. Things were progressing faster than I thought. I have to gather up the emotions and get back to headquarters before Max completely loses his sense of self. Suddenly, members of Mine Security spotted me.
Hey, you're not supposed to be here. Get him, man.
The Mine Security charged after me and I ran for it. On days 8 through 10, I was being chased through long-term memory by Mine Security. I tried to lose the cops by knocking down a shelf of memory orbs, but more guards came running from every direction I would turn. Things went from bad to worse as soon as I found myself cornered in front of a giant building called the Vault. Please, we just need to get back to headquarters.
HQ? Only the emotions can go up there. You're coming with me.
The chief smacked me with his baton, leading me towards the vault building. I was soon brought inside and into a hallway full of vaults. The chief forced me over to one of the vaults, and I was thrown into a jar. Oh no, don't tell me we're bottling up emotions.
If you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
What crime? Existing? The chief locked the vault door behind him, locking me up for good.
Hey, calm down, friend. No need to worry when we're all here together.
Just then, I turned to see that Bluefy, Pouchy, and Lance Slashblade were in the jar with me. Oh my gosh, it's Max's suppressed memories. You think you can break us out of here?
Leave it to me. I'm sure there's something in my pouch that could help us. Let's see here. We have a flower, a steak.
Suddenly, a deep, dark secret revealed himself and broke through the jar with a stomp attack. Something was terribly wrong with him.
I hate you all!
He's been corrupted by hate.
Deep Dark Secret set his sights on me and charged forward full speed. On days 11 through 14, Deep Dark Secret smashed into me, leaving me with low health. Luckily, I now had some extra footing to fight back. I used my sword to fend off the enemy, but he refused to back down. The battle was gonna end badly if we didn't move soon. We have to get out of here, guys.
I didn't get to finish what I was saying earlier. Duck.
Pouchy tossed dynamite at the vault door, breaking it open.
You and Lance gotta run. We'll hold this guy off.
Lance, Slashblade, and I escaped the vault while Bluefy and Pouchy kept the Deep Dark Secret at bay. However, we were soon spotted by a wandering mine security guard.
Hey, get back into your cell, runaways!
It is you who will run away when you witness the might of my ultimate move. Stand back, my friend. I'll protect you!
Lance crouched down and rolled into a ball, colliding with the guard. Unfortunately, it did absolutely nothing.
Is that seriously your ultimate move?
Why must I be cursed with such a feeble attack?
Alarms blared around us to call for backup, forcing Lance and I to run for it. We passed vault after vault, but as we did, I heard the faint sound of someone crying from behind one of the doors.
It's hopeless. Max is going to be lost to hate forever.
Wait, I know that voice. Sadness is inside of there. The guards were going to arrive fast. We had to find a way to break her out before it was too late. On days 15 through 17, I used my powers to try and break down the door, but the steel wall wouldn't budge. I looked around for another way and noticed a vent. I'm too big to fit in there.
If only I was more powerful, but alas, my ultimate move is too weak.
Wait, that's it! Lance, use your ultimate move to fit inside.
Are you certain that will work? No, I must have faith for my friends.
Lance made a running start, heading straight towards the vent.
This is it, the moment my ultimate move was made for!
He activated his rolling abilities once again and slipped through the vent, causing him to vanish through the other side. A few moments later, the vault door opened from the other side and we saw Sadness locked in a jar. See? Not useless after all. Unfortunately, we weren't fast enough. We braced ourselves as a security guard arrived to stop us, but something about them was off. Are they looking more gray to you?
You runaways always cause trouble. I hate my job.
Suddenly, the guards fused together into a terrible monster. Hate had corrupted them too. On days 18 through 21, I was fighting off the hateful guard monster. I slashed through them with my rage sword, but their armored skin was too tough to break. Sadness, we need your help.
I don't know. I'm not strong like you guys.
I once thought this too, but now I've learned that strength comes in many forms.
Exactly. What do you say, Sadness? Team up with us and we can save Max.
If anything bad happened to Max, my heart would be broken. Then again, my heart's always a little broken.
Sadness!
Okay, I'll help.
Lance and I dodged past the Hatred Monster's next attack and ran over to strike the jar to break it and free Sadness. She then reached out to give us her hand. I approached her and we combined once again, shifting me into an even stronger form. I grew bigger in size, gaining 5 more hearts. I had a new emotional wave attack as well as a powerful cannon of sadness. Take this! I ran out and aimed my arm cannon at the monster, blasting him down with a stream of tears. The beast was defeated and separated back into a horde of mine security guards. We did it! With our powers combined, we might just be able to stop hatred after all. Just then, one of the security officer's walkie-talkies turned on.
Backup needed in Imagination Land. A strange yellow emotion is running wild there.
That sounds like it could be Joy. Next stop, Imagination Land.
I wish you good fortune on your quest, brave heroes, and thank you for showing me the true power of my ultimate move.
We then parted ways as I ventured off to find Joy. I had to move quickly to ensure she wasn't captured before I got there. On days 22 to 25, I escaped from the vault prison and soon arrived at Imagination Land to find the place in shambles. Fires had broken out all over the place, and the structures were badly damaged. What happened here? I ran towards the source of the cry, thinking it sounded like Joy. I soon came upon the stream of consciousness. Joy was in a boat trying to row her way across it, but the current was too strong and she was heading straight for the sarcasm. She was going to fall to her death. Hang on, I'm coming! I then used my anger powers to release flames hot enough to make an obsidian wall form in the water, saving Joy by stopping her in place. She was then able to make her way back to dry land unharmed.
Oh my gosh, I'm always up for a swim, but that was way too intense for my tastes. Thanks so much for saving me.
Of course, but what happened here? Why is Imagination Land destroyed?
I was wondering that too. I saw the culprit making a run for it and gave chase, but they pushed me into the stream of consciousness and got away. Now the only way to find them is to cross the sarcasm.
I looked ahead at the massive gap in the ground. I had to find a way to cross over the sarcasm before it was too late. On days 26 through 28, I was trying to find a way to cross the sarcasm, but without wings, I had no idea how to pull it off. If only I could propel myself over. Wait, the sadness cannon! I gave my cannon a test fire, but it wasn't strong enough and I was only sent a short distance. If I was gonna clear the gap, I needed more tears.
Don't worry, I can bring about those waterworks.
Joy moved over the edge of the sarcasm and began talking into it, causing all of her words to echo back up towards us sarcastically.
Sadness is my best friend in the whole world. Sadness is my best friend in the whole world.
What? But I really thought we were friends.
Sadness's crying caused the cannon to power up, shooting a powerful beam of tears that propelled me over the sarcasm.
Way to go, guys! Now how do I get over there?
Wow, Joy! No need to be so rude!
No, it's totally the sarcasm. I swear!
Oh yeah, sure. Well, stay there. I have an idea. I spotted a nearby crane and used it to lower a bridge for Joy to cross over. She then carefully walked over the beam and made it to the other side.
Sorry, Sadness. I just needed the tears. You know you actually are my best friend.
Really? Thanks, Joy. That's a relief.
As Joy and Sadness made up, I was suddenly struck by a rainbow beam. I turned and saw the culprit Joy had mentioned running away. There he is! Let's get him! I ran after him, determined not to let him escape. On days 29 to 32, I was pursuing the culprit, trying to capture them and make them answer for their crimes against Imagination Land. As they ran, they threw more rainbow beams back at us to try and throw us off their trail, but we kept pushing towards them. I used my flame sword and created a ring of flames, trapping the culprit in place. Nowhere to run. Now let's see who you really are. The culprit turned and revealed himself to be a corrupted version of Max's old imaginary friend, Bing Bong. He now had an angry expression with glowing red eyes. Hate had gotten to him.
Max deserves this after all the pain he caused me. He forgot all about me.
No! Max loved you very much. Just because he grew up doesn't mean that ever changed. Come here. You just need a hug.
Joy jumped over the flames and approached Bing Bong, aiming to comfort him, but he hit her with a hammer. Joy, no! The attack that hit her caused her to be drained of her color. She had now been corrupted by hate.
What's the point in laughter? There's nothing in this cruel world that's worth being happy about.
Your precious joy is no more. You're all going down.
Bing Bong then embraced his hatred and transformed into a more monstrous form. Oh no! Both Joy and Bing Bong came after me. On days 33 to 35, I was locked in combat with Bing Bong and Joy. Bing Bong rammed me with his hard head while Joy closed in on me using the last of her happiness on a Joy Beam stick. Joy, snap out of it! We're your friends!
I don't have any friends.
She struck me with a heavy hate beam, knocking me back into a structure. I looked up and saw that the structure had been supporting memory orbs, causing them all to collapse around me. I avoided being crushed and noticed that one of them was a yellow orb. Hey, I remember this memory. If I show this to Joy, then she should be reminded of why she loves to bring happiness to everyone. I grabbed the yellow orb and threw it at Joy. When it made contact with her, she was flooded with all the happy memories she had made with me and Max, causing her corruption to fade.
I remember now. I do have friends, and I love them all!
Joy ran up to me and we joined hands, causing me to transform into my next form. I gained 5 hearts and new powers. Bing Bong then came at me, but I was able to unleash my new Joy Beam powers onto him. The power of Joy fueled these attacks, causing Bing Bong to be cured of his hate. He then transformed back into his original state. Are you okay? Who did this to you?
Hate arrived at Friendship Island and really messed me up. You need to go there and save the island before it's completely destroyed.
Leave it to us. Bing Bong handed me his Rainbow Beam power to help on my journey, and I set off towards Friendship Island. On days 36 to 39, I arrived at Friendship Island and found that it had been turned gray thanks to hate. I saw that most of the friendship statues had been destroyed and the place was in bad shape. We've got to eradicate the hate before the island falls. I made my way deeper into the island. As I did, I spotted something interesting, but when I looked back, it was no longer there. I definitely saw something. Watch back at 0.25 speed and see if you spot it too. Just then, I spotted Envy watching a weird-looking memory orb. I moved over to her side and joined in, watching the memory. The memory was of Max standing alone, while his friend Bronzo was surrounded by adoring fans.
And that's why the 100 Players series is the best Minecraft series on YouTube. Seriously, you guys should go watch it.
Bronzo was supposed to hang out with me today, but it looks like he'd rather be with all of his other friends. I don't need him. I don't need anyone. Wait, that's not how this memory went. Hate must have corrupted this orb. I walked forward to tell Envy to stop watching, but it was too late. She had been corrupted by hate.
Bronzo hates us.
She went berserk and knocked me back with a quick punch. The hate within her caused her to transform into a hateful, monstrous form.
He doesn't deserve all the friends that he has. I'll make him regret abandoning me like that.
In a hateful rage, Envy attacked me. On days 40 through 43, I ran away from a frenzied Envy as he chased me through the remains of Friendship Island. Snap out of it! That memory orb was corrupted. That's not how it happened.
Be quiet. If that's what I saw, then that's what happened.
Envy then closed in and landed a charge attack on me, launching me into some rubble. Come on, Envy. I don't want to hurt you.
Why should we care about anyone else? Bronzo didn't.
As much as I tried, I couldn't reason with her. I had no choice but to fight back and use my emotion attacks to protect myself. The blow staggered her, allowing me to run ahead and lose her temporarily. Envy is too full of hate to listen to me. I think my only hope is to restore Friendship Island. But how? Just then, I spotted a Bronzo statue fully intact, but completely void of color. Of course! If I can find the memory orb of Max and Bronzo meeting, I think I can restore the island. The ground shook beneath my feet, and I knew that Envy was searching for me nearby.
Come out wherever you are.
I have to get to the heart of the island before Envy finds me. I slipped away, determined to fix things. After some searching, I found a secret entrance on the edge of the island. This must lead to the heart of the island. I continued onwards in hopes of finding a solution. On days 44 through 46, I headed to the heart of Friendship Island and soon came upon the memory orb that started it all. However, it was now surrounded by a moat of boiling hot lava. I have to save that orb before it's melted. There were a series of small platforms leading across the lava to the orb. I began jumping between them, making my way towards it. My large size made platforming difficult, causing me to nearly run into the falling lava. Fortunately, I was able to avoid being burnt and kept moving carefully. Just then, I felt the ground tremble again. Envy was drawing near. I better pick up the pace. I moved as fast as I could and made it to the other side before long. But before I could grab the orb, the area around me began to drain of color and became corrupted by hate. What's going on? It was then that hate himself appeared before me.
Well, if it isn't the weakest emotion, anxiety.
Leave us alone! Max doesn't deserve to get his memories wiped.
Never! I hate all of you useless emotions.
Can't we all just get along?
Is that joy? I see you've combined with the others to try and defeat me, but that won't work. My power is only getting stronger.
You're nothing but a bully.
Let me at him. I'll show him what's what. That's it. Hate me all you want. I'm going to do what I should have done from the start.
With ferocity, hate lunged at me and attacked. On days 47 through 50, I was locked in combat with Hate. I tried to use all of the abilities I'd gathered so far in Hate, but he was super strong and able to tank the hits. He landed his hatred ray attacks on me, causing me to stagger for a moment and leaving me vulnerable.
Who am I to hog all the fun? Envy, finish these emotions off.
Envy then dropped down behind me and got ready to attack. She charged in, but I recovered just in time though and jumped over her to dodge, landing in front of the memory orb and grabbing it. Remember how this all started? I threw the orb at Envy, sending her into a flashback. Envy witnessed Max and Bronzo meeting for the first time and how strong their friendship was. She remembered the truth. As the flashback passed, Envy was restored to her normal self.
Bronzo was a good friend after all?
No! I hate him!
Hate ran at me, aiming to finish me off, but Envy ran to my side and made contact with me. This caused me to fuse, granting me 5 hearts and new powers. Thanks to my upgrade, Hate's attacks didn't kill me, but it still hurt a lot, and I knew I couldn't stop him yet.
One more emotion isn't enough to stop me. I'll make sure you're punished for what you've done.
He suddenly opened a portal behind me and quickly pushed me through it before I could react. On days 51 through 54, I fell through the other end of the portal to find myself inside of a cage at HQ. I looked up and saw the Hate standing before me. What's going on? What are we doing back at HQ?
I'm going to make you watch as I make Max give in to his hate. When I'm done, I will be the only emotion he feels.
I watched in horror as Hate took control while Max sat at the dinner table eating with his mom and dad after his first day of school.
How was your first day at school, sweetie?
It was fine.
Aw, come on, champ. Tell us more than that. Did you make any new friends?
Everyone at that school is stupid. I don't want them to be my friends.
Max, don't say that. I'm sure you'll meet someone nice there in due time.
Easy for you to say. You weren't there. Ugh, you're just as stupid as they are.
Hey, don't you talk back to your mom, young man. Go to your room.
Ugh, I hate you both. He stormed out of the dining room, and I could do nothing but watch from inside my cage. Hate laughed triumphantly and grew even larger. Max's hatred had made him stronger.
I'll keep growing until I'm the only emotion that remains.
He ripped open another portal behind me, and I got sucked into another part of Max's mind. On days 62 through 64, Embarrassment ran away, and I was left to fight the hateful entity. He knocked me off Mount Crushmore, and I hit the ground hard. The shark was ruthless and strong, but I was able to defend myself from its assault using my Joy Beam attacks. Embarrassment! I could really use some help here! I continued to fight, but no matter what I threw at it, nothing seemed to deter my opponent, and he retaliated with hate/attacks. They hit hard, and I wasn't sure how much longer I could keep this up.
You're mine now.
The monster ran in for the finishing blow, but before it could reach me, Embarrassment ran in and made contact with me. We fused, causing me to turn into a new form and to gain 5 hearts and new powers. Let's see what this new form can do. I used my new Embarrassment abilities to dodge around the hateful entity and was able to teleport behind him and use my emotional wave to swiftly strike it down for good. That leaves just 3 more emotions. Once I find them, I'll be able to confront Hate and stop him once and for all. Suddenly, the material of the ground beneath my feet changed into something much less stable. Before I could react, it crumbled and I was sent plummeting downwards. On days 65 through 67, I landed inside of a new part of the mine that looked like a city made of brain tissue. I looked and saw that much of the area appeared to be rotting and there was green sludge scattered around. Ew! This isn't Imagination Land? What is this place? I then noticed a mine worker cleaning up some of the goop. Hey, do you know anything about this place? The worker was startled and fell from the building into some sludge. When they emerged, they were transformed into a nonsensical monster. Oh no! This must be brain rot! The brain rot creature set its sights on me and ran in my direction. I hightailed it out of there, not looking back. I didn't know what would happen if that thing caught me, and I didn't want to find out. The rotting area was full of obstacles and distractions that I had to ignore and evade. It was a lot, but I overcame them so that I could avoid being caught by the threat that was chasing me. As I ran, I spotted some cover and jumped behind it. Before I could catch my breath though, I accidentally backed up into some brain rot. Oh no, that can't be good. The brain rot was starting to corrupt me and my body was changing colors. I have to find a cure before I become nonsense too.
Don't worry, I'll help you.
I looked over to the voice and saw an odd creature creature walking up to me. Hey, you're from that game Max likes. What are you doing here?
I've been working on a cure for a brain rot. I just need help gathering the last 3 ingredients.
You've got yourself a deal. He handed me a list of ingredients and I set off in search of them. On days 68 through 72, I was looking everywhere for all of the items on the list that I had been given. I needed to find them before the brain rot on my legs spread any further. The first item was some moderation candy. I found a piece hanging from a tree. I hit the tree and it fell down, allowing me to collect it. Next up is some grass? I explored and eventually came upon a green field with one lush strand of long green grass. I touched it and immediately felt my mind clear as I collected it. Man, I feel better already. I guess the best way to deal with brain rot is to go touch grass. I felt at peace, but was snapped out of my trance when I felt like someone was watching me. Watch back at 0.25 speed and see if you can spot it. My quest was nearly done, but I could feel the effects of the brain rot getting to me. I needed to hurry up. The final item I need is triple dent gum? Just then, I heard a familiar song playing in the distance.
Triple dent gum will make you smile. Triple dent gum, it lasts a while.
That's the song from the commercial. I bet the gum isn't too far away. I made my way towards the sound of the music, but when I arrived, I found an earworm.
Triple dent gum!
It attacked me, trying to get the song stuck in my head. On days 73 to 75, I was fighting against the earworm. It used its sonic boom attacks on me, trying to kill me with the power of music. I dodged several of its attacks with my embarrassment dash, but it managed to land a hit on me. When it did, the triple dent gum song began playing in my head on loop. Get this song out of my head! Fueled with rage, I used my anger sword to launch flames at the worm, doing my best to block out the jingle. Fortunately, I was able to hit the earworm hard enough with a joy beam that the song stopped playing. With the song out of my head, I was able to focus on winning the fight and closed in to attack the earworm with my sadness cannon. We traded blows, but ultimately, I was able to defeat him once and for all using my emotional wave. As the earworm died, it dropped triple dent gum. Time to make that cure. I then returned to the video game mascot, delivering the ingredients for him to use. The creature put down a brewing stand and was able to quickly make the brain rot cure. He tossed a splash potion onto me, removing the brain rot from my body. Wow, thanks, strange mascot creature. Just then, I heard a familiar voice calling for help.
Ew! Get away from me, you freak!
Is that Disgust? Sounds like she's in trouble. I ran off, hoping that I could get to her in time to help. On days 76 to 79, I arrived at the source of the commotion and found Disgust captured by a strange monster. He was the source of all brain rot.
Do you even brush those nasty teeth of yours? Ugh, I can smell it from here.
All the better to eat you with. Soon I'll corrupt you all, and Max won't be able to focus on a single task.
Let her go!
More emotions for me to corrupt. Don't mind if I do.
The monster rushed forward and tried to take a bite at me, but I evaded with my embarrassment dash and prepared myself for battle. The brain rot leader quickly summoned brain rot tentacles from the ground beneath my feet. I would have surely been corrupted if it weren't for the cure I had taken earlier, but even that wouldn't protect me forever. I broke out of the tentacles with my emotional wave and fought back with my anger attacks, but he evaded and hit me hard, launching me back towards Disgust's cage.
Come on and join the rot!
Are you okay? Were those tentacles as slimy as they looked? Actually, don't tell me. Just thinking about them makes me want to barf.
I'm fine. Hold still. I blasted the cage with my sadness cannon and managed to break Disgust out of it. Fuse with us, Disgust. It's the only way.
Fuse? That sounds unsanitary.
Disgust, come on!
If it's for Max, then fine. But I'm disinfecting my whole body when this is over.
We touched and fused together, upgrading my form and granting me 5 more hearts and a new Disgust Blast power. Sorry, Brain Rot, but Max deserves an attention span longer than 3 seconds. I used my new powers on the Brain Rot leader, defeating him for good. As he fell, the Brain Rot cleared and a portal opened in the ground. That must be my way out of here. I better move fast if I want to find the last 2 emotions and save Max from hate. With that, I jumped through the portal, unsure of where I would end up next. On days 80 through 83, I reached the other side of the portal and arrived back in long-term memory. I began searching the mind for my remaining allies, but no matter where I checked, I couldn't find them. The only thing I found was more areas in Max's mind that had been consumed by hatred. Hate is getting stronger by the second. I have to find ennui and fear as soon as possible. Eventually, my searching led me to a weather factory. factory. Seeing it began to give me some ideas. What I need is a good brainstorm. I entered the factory and approached the nearest set of controls. I powered on the tech inside and clouds began to gather in the sky above. It began to rain, and as the rain fell, I felt the gears in my head turn as new ideas formed in my head. That's right, I could try the Dream Studio. One of the other emotions is bound to be there. Before I could reach the Dream Studio, I looked up and realized that the storm was beginning to become more violent and a tornado was forming in front of my eyes. That doesn't look good. I tried to shut the weather machine off, but it wasn't working. Oh no, I can't control it. The storm grew dangerous as it tore a hole open in the weather factory and whisked me away. I was now stuck in a brainstorm tornado. On days 84 through 86, I was being pulled from the sky by the brainstorm's fury. I wasn't sure if I would survive, but eventually I was flung out of the tornado and began to fall from the sky. Fortunately, I landed on a dream cloud, but still took a bunch of damage. Where am I? I looked up and realized I was just outside of the Dream Studio. Lucky me, but I need to find something to heal me up or I'm dead. I wandered deep into the studio to find that it was completely abandoned. I wanted to ask for help, but Max was awake right now, which meant that there were no workers on duty. I guess I'll just have to get Max to fall asleep. I went into the supply closets of the Dream Studio and found a herd of sheep. I began counting them, hoping this would influence Max and make him sleepy. 10 sheep, 11 sheep, 12 sheep. I then saw a bucket of milk sitting on a nearby furnace and used my anger powers to heat it up. Once it was warm, I drank it, but it wasn't strong enough to get Max to sleep. What else would make him feel tired? Just then, I got an idea and began to shear the sheep, gathering up their wool and using that wool to make the comfiest bed possible. If this doesn't get Max tired, I don't know what will. I got onto it and got myself comfortable.
Boy, I've been drowsy today.
I'm sure closing my eyes for a bit won't hurt. Fortunately for me, my efforts paid off as Max fell asleep at school. Back inside his head, I looked around and saw the world around me turn to night. It worked! The dream production soon lit up and the workers began entering the studio to start making some dreams. I then made my way deeper inside, hoping to get some information about where the last two emotions were. On days 87 through 89, I made my way further into the studio, but to my surprise, everyone there was running around chaotically. This is a lot less organized than I expected. I looked around and spotted Ennui nearby. She was talking to one of the mind workers.
Miss Director, what kind of dream should Max have tonight?
I don't care. Just do whatever you want, I guess.
Ennui is the director? No wonder this place is a mess. I stepped onto a higher surface and got ready to make an announcement. Okay, everyone, clearly you guys need some better leadership. I'll be the director of tonight's dream. I went around and put out the fires that had been causing the chaos. Thanks to my anxiety planning, I was able to bring things back on track.
Thanks, guys. This job was such a drag. I don't even get why anyone would do it.
Suddenly, the room began to shake and a wall of the studio was smashed open, revealing a hate minion monster.
This dream is about to become a nightmare!
Ennui, get the workers out of here. I'll handle this guy.
Okay, everyone run or something.
She then led the workers out of the building, leaving me to deal with the hate monster. On days 90 through 92, the hateful monster charged in and I avoided him with my embarrassment dash. It threw a barrage of burning hatred attacks everywhere, destroying the studio around me in the crossfire. It's doing too much damage. If it destroys the studio, Max might never wake up. The monster released a barrage of fire attacks towards me and I dodged side to side, causing the flames to hit Ennui instead and for her to drop her phone.
No, that's it. You're going down, you monster.
She ran over to me and we fused together, causing me to gain 5 hearts in a stronger and larger form. Say goodnight! Armed with my new powers, I charged in and took the beast on once more. I used my new Ennui cloud attack on the hate monster, doing significant damage. The beast was fueled by hate and was able to take a lot of hits, fighting back against me with his burning hatred breath. But my new form proved to be too much for it and I defeated the nightmare by hitting it with all the power that I had. Suddenly, the night sky faded and the sun rose. Looks like that terrible nightmare woke Max up. Just then, I heard Max's thoughts echo above me. Things have been so hard recently. What if I'm a bad person? The winds picked up and the air grew cold as Max started to succumb to the hate corrupting him. No, we can't let him think like that. We have to find the final emotion and remind Max who he really is. I picked up Ennui's phone and realized it wasn't completely broken. It had a location app open on it and it was set to lead us straight to fear. Hang in there, Max. Once we fuse with fear, we'll save you. I left the studio behind and used Ennui's phone to guide me through the heavy winds. On days 90 93 through 95, I arrived at the location Ennui's phone led us and found an area that held all of Max's greatest fears. Sheesh, this place always gives me the creeps. I walked through the area, feeling like I was being watched as I went. I passed by an area that seemed to be displaying many of Max's fears. I saw many things there that sent a shiver down my spine. But the sooner I found fear, the sooner I could leave. Fear? Where are you? I heard a noise from deep within a shadowy corner and thought that it might be fear. I made my way towards it carefully, but to my horror, a clown jumped out at me from the shadows.
Oh, it's time to play a game!
The clown came at me and I backed up in fear. I wasn't looking where I was going as I did and fell straight down a hole in the ground. I landed in another area. It was a dark cave full of spider webs. This must be where Max holds his deepest fear. How are we gonna get out of this? On days 96 through 98, I looked around the spooky cave and spotted fear trapped in the webs.
Get away from me!
Fear, I knew you were down here. Hang on, I'll get you out.
Stay back!
Fear, relax. It's us. We're just fused together.
Guys, oh, what a relief. This day has been the worst.
You got that right. Let's get you down from there.
Look out!
I looked behind me and saw that there was a giant bloodthirsty spider crawling towards me. Oh no, Max's greatest fear, spiders! The spider rushed in, but I fought it off and was able to do some significant damage with my wide array of emotional attacks. But it was able to endure all that I threw at it. If I was to get rid of it for good, then I needed more firepower. I smacked the spider back and ran in close to Fear to fire my joy beam, cutting him free and dropping him down before me. We then fused and I transformed, gaining 5 hearts and new powers. Face the combined might of all the emotions. I unleashed my new fear missiles onto the spider. With my upgraded strength, I was able to kill it for good. Man, it feels good to be back together again.
Yes, I agree. What fond memories we all share.
I turned to where the voice came from and realized that nostalgia was standing before me. What do you mean? You weren't even there.
That's what you think, but I've been on this journey with you the entire time. Watch back through the video and comment if you can find me throughout.
She then used her powers to open a portal to escape the fear room. This is it. Time to stop hate once and for all. I passed through the portal, fully powered up and ready to save Max. On day 99, I made it back to the surface of Max's mind. But everything had changed since I was locked in his deepest fears. The world was turning black and had nearly been entirely consumed by hate. He's almost completely lost himself. The only way we could fix this now is to go to his belief system. I began my quest to make it back to HQ, but every turn I took on my journey led me to more hate minions. Unfortunately for them, I was now stronger than I had ever been, and I was now able to take them down one after the other. After killing the last minion in my way, I found that the tracks for the train of thought led towards HQ, giving me a straight shot towards Max's sense of self. I made my way over the tracks, but a large hate minion dropped down to stop me.
Your question's here.
We'll see about that. The guard lunged at me, but I swiftly teleported past him and activated my emotional wave, sending him flying off the track and into the memory dump. Hang in there a little longer, Max. We're coming for you. My determination drove me forward as I headed down the elevator to end this. On day 100, I arrived at Max's belief system to find hate waiting for me inside.
It looks like you were able to regroup, but you're too late. Max's belief system belongs to me now.
Not if we defeat you. We're not letting you hurt him any longer.
I'm simply making sure that Max lives his life the right way. The only way he'll survive in this world is with hate in his heart.
You're wrong. Hatred isn't strong. Love, compassion, kindness. These emotions are what gives Max his strength.
I won't let you make him weak. Die, you sentimental fools!
He charged at us and I clashed with him as the final battle began. With Max's belief system on the line, I tried to use all of my attacks to defeat hate quickly, but he was too powerful to go down. He retaliated with his hate beam that launched me back, proving to be just as strong as he had ever been.
You're not the only one who's gotten stronger, and soon I'll make Max strong too.
He charged up and released devastating hate projectiles in my direction. Thanks to my combined power of all the emotions, it wasn't enough to kill me.
What? That attack had all my power behind it. Why aren't you dead?
Because Max needs us, and as long as he does, we're not going anywhere. I ran in and landed a fatal emotional explosion on Hate, knocking him unconscious. As Hate was severely weakened, Max regained his sense of self, removing the hate from headquarters. I'm sorry for everything I've said. I just felt so hateful.
It's okay, honey. Everyone feels that way sometimes. But that's the thing about hate. It doesn't have to control you.
You're right. I love you, Mom and Dad. Max's parents embraced him warmly, and as they did, hate began fading from Max's mind.
No!
He then faded from existence, and Max's mind was saved.